6, 2022 Park Board meeting. Scott, you got the floor.
Thank you, Ken. Hopefully everybody got a copy of the minutes from the previous meeting, and I did provide you a copy there in front of you. I think everything was correct. I think all the typos were taken care of this time too, so appreciate your support on all that good stuff that we've been going and we'll be doing. At this point, I'd like to turn things over just briefly to our brand new staff member that you approved last Wednesday to be our first ever event coordinator, Megan Harple.
Thank you. First, I would like to extend my greatest and my deepest appreciation to you all. It's a great honor to be a part of the Hanover Parks Department. Over the past 2 years, I've watched Scott Davidson and the committee create a place where children and adults can come together. My hope is to build on the foundation that has been established. Together, we can continue to unite this community with long-lasting benefits and provide a safe space to where children and core memories can be made. Thank you.
Thank you.
So has he worked too hard?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Cleaning up.
I told her I'd give her a couple of days to get my office clean. She was greeted by the flood today, so I don't know if that's good or bad or different. Because she texted me, she said, I have to go home and get a pair of shoes today. She said, when I got here, there was water everywhere. So,
oh my goodness.
But Lawrence helped, and they got that all taken care of.
Yeah.
I helped a little bit, but
yeah.
I did do great. Yeah. Anyway, so it's great to have Megan on board, and she'll be able to give some more reports as we get into more park board meetings down the line, so you don't have to just listen to me. The DNR grant, we're still in the waiting stage. It's September, and they told us that September was kind of a slow time for the federal government to get much done.
That's what may happen.
Huh?
That's what may happen.
Yeah.
Since they told us it's going to be so quick and it's been so slow.
I mean, March 1, April 1, May 1, stuff like that. So, but I think we're in the process of trying to apply for that waiver, so at least we can get some projects started. And then once they say go and the money's released, we can start going. So we actually are going to have a park committee meeting next week, next Monday I think it is, to kind of look at our list and maybe prioritize the list of things that we want to do on that project. And then once the money does get released or we get that waiver, we'll hit the ground running. We'll discuss some other things with the park committee too, to get them up to date on everything, let them meet Megan, all that other good stuff. So. The website that we've got our next training set for September the 15th. Megan, the trainings that I have done with Kyle Susek have been recorded, and they sent me copies of those. So I forwarded those to Megan, and we're going to kind of watch those together. And that way she's got a better idea of what that website's going to look like, and she'll have some questions, I'm sure, just as I will on the 15th with Kyle. That'll be our last actual training sessions before the prepare to launch. So actually there's 2 more sessions. But
I think that those websites are going to be really good, but I think there's a ton of overkill.
There's a lot
that you're never going to use.
Yeah.
So once you figure out the 4, 5, 6, 7 things you're going to use, it's going to be really good and really easy.
Yeah, and we'll work together on that. We'll kind of, we don't want to water it down, but there is a lot to it, obviously. So
I know Emma, she worked this last weekend in adding photos and stuff.
Yeah.
So she got on there and got some photos added, but we want to get some more. So
absolutely.
Especially since you're on board now.
Yeah. Absolutely, and once the town is ready to launch the overall website, I think we'll be ready to go too. So I did have one training session on the paying online. We haven't actually tried one yet, but there was a training session with Forte to do the credit card swiping and everything like that. So we'll try that and see if it goes through or see if it doesn't go through. And Kyle's been great. He said he'd be available to answer any questions whenever we need to, and if we need some additional training, since Megan's on board and we get some other people on board, then he'd be willing to do some additional training too. So, but our next training is the 15th. Hanover Horsepower Car Show and Music. Overall, a great event. Unfortunately, it rained, but you just plan around and go around the weather. The music was awesome. We had the Crashers here on Friday night. Great crowd. Would have been a bigger crowd, I think, but rain kept people away. And then the car show originally was going to go around the path. Well, it poured down rain Saturday morning. So we opted to move the car show portion out here to the parking lot, which I think was a great venue for it, right out here. We had 42 cars actually come and be part of the car show. Each got a top 50 award, and then we had 14 specialties that were given out, and I think everybody that participated They appreciated being here, and I think they enjoyed it, and they got out of here just before it rained again. Because some of those people, those cars don't get out very often.
They don't want them to get wet.
Yeah. So overall, it was a great event. We had the vendors were here. They did a super job. And then we had music that night, Dave Whitney, and she was like 9+ months expecting. And they did a great job. Buffalo Wild did a great job. So overall, the event I thought went very, very well. We don't have our final numbers yet, but we do have a post-horsepower meeting scheduled this coming Tuesday with the committee that worked on it, and we'll get some numbers by our next park board meeting to let you know how everything went, the pluses, minuses, the goods, the bads, the uglies, and everything like that. So, but all in all, a great first year for 5 months of planning. I thought went very, very well. Hanover Parks Fall Soccer is underway. Our jamboree is this Saturday. It starts at 9:30. We've got a total of 10 teams participating this year in our program. We're partnering with the Jefferson County Soccer Association just as we did last year. We have 3 U6 teams, 4 U8s, and 3 U10s, which is plus 1 team than we had a year ago. And I want to thank Brian Sacklave and Paul DeLammerts and those guys from the Jefferson County Soccer Association for helping us get this soccer program. And we're continuing to build it, obviously. They paint the lines, they provide the officials, and all that other good stuff. So the jamboree will have a bouncy house, and I think Cone Ice will be here, and all the other good stuff on Saturday. Plus, after the little jamboree, they'll have a little clinic style thing for all the kids, so all the kids participating. I think we're going to get some of the high school kids from Southwestern to help with that. Also going on right now, Little League Volleyball. Practices actually start tomorrow. We've got 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders that have signed up. We're working with the schools, obviously, and we'll be practicing at the elementary gym to begin with on Mondays and Wednesday nights, which is opposite of our soccer nights, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it works out pretty well, kind of mesh it all together. Got some coaches lined up and everything, so we'll have our initial practices workouts starting tomorrow over at the elementary school. That'll be at 6 o'clock. Also, for the first time that I know of ever, our women's softball league. We've got a fall women's softball league ready to start tonight, actually. We're playing back here on field number 3, and the lights will come on this evening. All poles will have lights on. I want to thank Mr. Licklider and Mr. Degler for taking care of that for us. We got 4 teams that will be participating in our inaugural women's fall league. We almost had 5, but I couldn't pull enough ladies together from my former team to get them out there. But 4 is a great start. We're looking forward to it tonight. We'll be out here on field number 3. We got games at 7 and 8. They picked the start times. I didn't. They picked them. I've found over time, whatever the ladies want, if you can accommodate it, yeah, you try to take care of that, especially when it comes to women's softball.
Smart.
Yeah. So when I coach, I'm not called coach. I'm called suggester.
Yeah.
You can run home if you want to, stuff like that. So,
right.
But we're looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a great start, and maybe even kick us off to a spring season next year for women's softball. Co-ed softball is still going very well out here. They've got a tournament coming up at the end of this month, but this will be the first just women's league that we have. Parking update, I know there was stakes in the ground back by the parking lot off of 2nd Street. I think only one of the stakes is still there. Over time they wash away, maybe they got flooded away or something like that. But I know we're getting very close to expanding our parking lot here on the 2nd Street side. Rainbow Park, it's almost done. I want to thank our maintenance team. They've done a great job. Ezra, Stewart, Lawrence, and Scott Williams to get the Rainbow Park. I think the equipment is in place. They actually concreted it last week. They stuck with the swings up and all that other stuff, but I think mulch is coming later on this week to get the mulch in place. We've got to hang the backboard. They've got to hang the backboard and it'll be almost rear and ready to go. So
It looks good.
yes, it does. I went back, we went over and looked at it today. So
I did too.
from the very first day when I started here, the pictures I took to today, it's a total transformation. It's going to be great for that community over there. And speaking of projects, again, the same group, Ezra, Stewart, Lawrence, and Scott, our barrier wall's up on field number 2. That's our outfield wall that goes 20 foot up in the air. It's a netting. The posts were donated by U.S. Premier, and through the United Way, we got the netting with a bunch of stuff to put it together. The guys figured it out, and it's hanging out there. It looks great. It's going to help provide safety to people watching games on field number 3 while games are being played on field 2. Plus, it's going to protect our brand new scoreboard out there. So it looks great. I want to thank U.S. Premier, who I think is going to have some other things going on that field in particular for us. fencing wise and the backstop and the like. Also, Tinsel Twinkle Trail, I know there's a planning meeting coming up next Tuesday. I think there's been some behind the scenes work being done, but we'll meet at 5:30 on Tuesday to start getting ready for all the stuff entailed with Tinsel Twinkle. There'll be some new stuff added this year, and we're looking forward to a great event. Party in the Park, you guys of course know all about that. You guys are putting on October 15th from 11:30 to 4. And then there'll be a movie later on that night, and Megan and I are going to try to fill the void in between that. We'll try to get you some information on, because it is the month of October, so we might have a Halloween type thing in there, in between there. So, and I don't know how much she likes Halloween, but if you see in my Facebook posts in the past, you know I like Halloween. So we'll try to fill that in there, but we'll keep you guys up to date on what we're doing with that. In between the actual Party in the Park and the movie that will be shown that night. Also, the Christmas Craft Fair comes up Saturday, December the 3rd, from 10 to 4. We've already got 11 verbal commitments to get booths out there. We haven't even tried to get people involved. We did ask Sharon and the seniors. They're still going to provide their concessions just like they did last year. The plan is to have stuff in both venues here and also the Southwestern Elementary in the cafeteria. And hopefully everything will go well. Christmas Craft Fair is on the schedule for Saturday, December 3rd from 10 to 4. Let's see, what else? I don't think I have anything else in my notes. Did I forget anything? No? Does anybody have any questions or comments?
As soon as I get the flyer from the Community Foundation for that Party in the Park, I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
And we'll check it out and discuss some things.
Absolutely.
In the middle.
Yeah.
How many face painters do we have? Do we know yet?
I've already talked to
Debbie Grover, one.
I've talked to the college and I've talked to the high school about face painters. So.
Okay.
And we're going to reach out. We've reached out to some about booths, and we're going to touch base with them again to try to get some firm commitments on people having booths and games and stuff like that.
American said that Jennifer get with her.
Okay.
Because I had talked
Write
to
that
her.
down, Jennifer. And some of the churches I've reached out to them too. I think most of them will jump on board. They've done it in the past. So I think it'll be another great party in the park. We'll have the inflatables already lined up and everything like that. So I think it'll be great.
And free food.
Free food?
You'll have to come by.
Yeah. You have to come for the free food. Be a good time. So, but there's a lot of planning still yet to go on for the remainder of this year. If you heard, the park committee meets on Monday. The Hanover Horsepower post meeting is going to be on Tuesday. Tinsel Twinkle Trails Tuesday night. So there's a lot of things going on at the end of the year, but we'll be ready and ready to go. And Megan's going to hit the ground running with all that good stuff. So. Yeah.
Is there anything else, Scott?
Thank you.
Good report. Good job.
If we have nothing else,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.